to meet you for a new video of our virtual class in environmental design. This week we will discover the trades surrounding the design of virtual games and play spaces throughout our city. Whether it be video games, strategy games, role-playing games, board games, or imagination games, we spend our childhood and adolescence playing. Of course, games evolve with age and with interests. You can find one for everyone. With augmented reality and efforts to make our daily lives more fun and enjoyable, video game designers are showing much creativity to get the game off of the screen. So today we will explore together how the game trickles into our lives online or throughout the city. Are you ready? Let's get started. Let's first talk about virtual games, the ones that take place behind the screen. The last few years have seen the development of many online games. At your age, it might be hard to imagine a world without them, but just know that the expertise in game designers, virtual game creation technologies, and the creativity of online games has evolved a lot since I was 10 years old. Let's ask a colleague, Philip, who is a project coordinator in our video game design program at UFusion. Hi Philip, thank you for joining us today to talk about the creation of video games. First off, tell us about the process of creating video games. What inspires or stimulates the creativity of a game designer in your opinion? We notice that games, even as adults, are a big part of our lives. Why do you think we like to play so much? How can video games teach us or be useful to us? Tell me, Philip, a few years ago, augmented reality games such as Pokemon Go appeared. How do you think video games can use the city's landscape within its games? As you can see, virtual games are not only invading our cities and our daily lives, but also city, object, furniture, and landscape designers are using them to make spaces more fun and enjoyable. Now let's see some good reasons for integrating games into our lives and our public spaces. Designers use the game as a learning engine. Playing allows us to explore the world and its components through our own perceptions. So the public space is essentially a fabulous learning tool that the little ones can use to build their own identity. It also helps us discover different facets of our personality. When you're little, it's also a way to learn to be with each other, to collaborate, to help each other out, and to communicate. By playing with other children, games teach us to be empathetic, to deal with failure and disappointment. Running or cycling outside, for example, allows us to become more aware of our environment. This enriches our specialization and our navigation capabilities and allows us to experience the city. Designers of cities and urban spaces use play to make the city more pleasant for its inhabitants. It can be done to make your path more interesting, to learn by moving, to facilitate meetings and exchanges, to get heads off of screens, and to break the barriers of language and culture. For example, a few years ago, the designers of the Jazz Festival installed a huge chessboard in the Place des Festivals. All day long, we saw old and young people of different backgrounds and sometimes who'd even speak the same language, playing for hours on end. This game goes beyond words. It's a language we all speak. Urban future designers have also used play to encourage good lifestyle habits. By turning a regular recycling bin into a shooting game or by painting a maze on the ground leading up to it, some cities have seen an increase in good recycling habits outside of the home. The installation of musical devices on steps of a staircase in a Stockholm metro, the designers behind the organization, The Fun Theory, who created the installation, noticed that 66% of the bypassers used the steps rather than the escalator. By transforming a facade of its building into a climbing wall, Dutch architects Aaron Galoff have created a real attraction for climbing enthusiasts. Architecture, too, can give way to play. It's simple. When it's fun, it's easier to do a task that you might consider to be less enjoyable. For cities and governments, this is an opportunity to make citizens more accountable and active. There are several professionals involved in reflecting about the layout of games in public spaces. These professionals include urban planners, architects, landscapers, artists, and more. Depending on the type of game, the games may be designed by game designers, architects, industrial designers, artists, etc. Game designers, virtual or physical, are only looking to amuse or entertain people. Games have other goals, such as learning, socializing, developing an ability, exploring, meeting, physical activity, and more. In environmental design, we are constantly thinking about solutions for more beautiful, useful, and environmentally friendly spaces. We can see that games in the city are closely linked, and that playing can contribute to good habits and happiness of citizens. So when designing these play spaces, we need to think about the needs and possibilities for all users, large or small. We work at the human scale, so you and me, for architecture, street design, and space design. So the virtual and physical game design allows us to grow. To finish our video today, I have a special message for you. This week, you'll be creating your very own activity to share with your classmates. See you this Friday to share the results of your very hard work. The best activities will be selected to be shared among all the participants of our virtual class. So that's the challenge for this week. So I'll leave you here and we'll see each other soon for a new video. Keep up the good work, guys!